Hello, life group leaders. I just wanted to send you a quick message to talk about life groups this week. You might be wondering what your life group is going to look like. And I just want to tell you that you have the freedom as a leader to do what needs to be done in your life group. And you might, read that in the moment. If you have a life group that does not seem to be heavily affected by the news, and it seems like the best thing for you to do would just be to continue on with whatever content you had planned, then that's wonderful. Feel the freedom to do that. Don't feel like you need to turn a conversation to be about the announcement that happened on Sunday. But if you have a group that seems to be heavily affected and it feels like the best thing for you to do in your group would be to pray together and just to share, then do that. That is totally fine. You are not responsible to have answers for complicated questions. You're not responsible for anything like that. Oftentimes, when people are going through grief or confusion, the best thing we can do as Christian leaders is just to sit with them and listen, pray with them, empathize, and share. So if you have a group that it seems like they have been very affected by this news, then feel free to process, to share. Don't feel like you have to give answers. And the one thing I would say is that when people have questions and they are confused and hurt, one of the things that can happen is we can start talking sideways instead of talking up, that our frustrations they can start skewing into the realm of gossip or bitterness. And we want to make sure that our life groups are a place where we can process, but that we're pointing one another to Christ, that people can vent their frustrations, but that those frustrations are drawing us together and pointing us to Christ and hope. And they're not becoming a place where our bitterness or frustrations are just being amplified. It's normal. If you find that happening in your group this week, that's normal. I just want you to be prepared to point those conversations to Jesus, and for you to know how to do that. It's a wonderful thing just to say, hey, I know this is hard. Can we pray about that together? Or, hey, why don't you talk with somebody on staff about that? Or why don't we talk about that one-on-one later? Anytime that grief is hitting your group in a significant way, it's easy for those conversations to turn to bitterness, and the best thing that you can do is to point people to Jesus or offer a one-on-one conversation later. Praying for you this week. I know for some of you it's going to be a hard week of life groups. I'm here for you. Feel free to text, call, or email if you want to process anything. We got your back.